Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1. The market jumped on opening today, came very close to a new record, and then fell back during the afternoon to close flat. Or to be exact, the S&P ASX 200 ended down 3.6 points to 7,848 points. The telcos did poorly. Telstra closed down 4%, as did consumer discretionary stocks. Utilities were among the worst performers. Among large caps, Toll Road Group Transurban was about the best performer, up 2.4%, while ANZ, Fortescue Metals Group, Macquarie, Rio Tinto, WiseTech Global and QBE all rose more than 1%. Wesfarmers was down 1.6%, while Commonwealth Bank, Woodside and Aristocrat Leisure were also lower. Story number 2, authorities were investigating exactly what happened on a Singapore Airlines flight last night, which struck severe turbulence over the Irrawaddy Basin in Myanmar. 56 Australians were among the 211 passengers and 18 crew aboard the Boeing 777 London to Singapore flight. 1 passenger died from a heart attack, while 70 others were injured, including 8 Australians. The aircraft was cruising at 500 knots at a height of 37,000 feet. When it encountered the turbulence, it initially climbed quickly, about 400 feet, then dropped 400 feet. The plane then descended to 6,000 feet in about 5 minutes as it diverted to land in Bangkok. Passengers reported being thrown into the air, hitting their heads on lockers, that type of thing. Some of the visuals are very disturbing. Story number 3, Lendlease chairman Michael Ullmer has bowed to investor pressure and will step down at the company's shareholder meeting in November. Also set to depart in November is non-executive director Nicola Wakefield Evans. The decision comes 3 days after Lendlease's largest investor, Aware Super, called for the board to expedite Mr. Ullmer's exit and undertake renewal as Lendlease attempts to overhaul its poorly performing global development business. Also in London tonight, BHP's $64.4 billion bid for Anglo American hits its time frame. In fact, 5 p.m. London time deadline under UK takeover panel rules. It means it must announce a firm intention to make an offer for Anglo, or announce it doesn't intend to make an offer at all by that time. It's about 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, Australian Eastern Time. Story number 4, plenty of corporate news around the place. Travel group Webjet said it's considering splitting its consumer and business-facing businesses, setting its share price up 8%. Ingham's share price fell 6% after the discovery of bird flu at an egg farm in Victoria. Shares in biotech Telix Pharmaceuticals jumped 2.5% after it held its annual general meeting and confirmed plans to float scrip on the Nasdaq index. Consumer lender Plenty said net profit jumped 36% for the financial year to March 31, sending its share price up 3%. Small cap Drone Shield said a US government customer had awarded it a repeat $5.7 million contract for its counter drone systems. Its share price jumped 1%. It's almost tripled in the past 6 months, that company. And Namoi Cotton's board has advised shareholders to reject French agribusiness Louis Dreyfus's takeover offer of 67 cents per share. The Louis Dreyfus offer price is below the 70 cents per share offered by rival bidder Olam Agri, which is a Singaporean business. And story number 5, Australia's largest car dealership, Eagers, has warned that June half profits will be down 15% on last year, sending its share price tumbling 14%. A slowdown in consumer spending is hitting vehicle sales, and Eagers has 10% of that market in Australia. Extra supply of vehicles from overseas manufacturers had led to more competitive conditions in this sector. Also, Eagers' joint venture in Australia with Chinese electric vehicle maker BYD is struggling with lower than expected returns. While vehicle sales are up until the end of last month, according to the Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries, margins are being squeezed. Sydney Identity Nick Politis owns 27% of Eagers, and after the share price fall today, wiped off about $160 million from his stake. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 22nd of May, 2024. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, TikTok and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. The top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.